guys, it's Coach Gaglione here from GaglioneStrength.com. I got another strong woman here that we're interviewing today. We just had the Reebok record breakers, Stefanie Cohen. How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
So we just had let's just recap actually a little bit of how you are and then actually what you did today, because you hit some big records today. Congratulations. So feeling good right now?
Oh yeah.
Awesome. So just tell the viewers a little bit about yourself and who you are.
Alright, my name is Stefanie Cohen. I'm a powerlifter, Olympic weightlifter. Student physical therapist as well, trying to manage both things, succeeding at the gym and in class. That's kind of my story.
Very cool. And tell us a little about, just to recap, what happened today. So you broke some all-time world records in the squat and the total in the 123 class.
Yep. So I hit a 168 kilo back squat for the all-time squat world record.
So about 370 pounds or so.
370 pounds, yep. And the all-time total record at 993 pounds. And I was very close to breaking that deadlift record.
Very close.
Very close.
Around a little bit over 450, I think, right?
Yeah, 450,
just about at the knees, and awesome.
Yep.
But it was a really great effort, a great day. So
yeah,
we met at Boss of Bosses, and it's been great watching you progress.
Okay.
So
sorry.
It's all good. Little cameo here from Cali. So just tell us a little bit about how you got started in actually lifting, and how did you get into lifting barbells in the first place?
Powerlifting or just lifting in general?
Just lifting in general, just lifting weights.
Yeah, I mean, I started with CrossFit in Miami about 3 years ago. That led into weightlifting. I competed for a while in Olympic weightlifting. I have a really good coach. He's a Cuban guy. He's the one that kind of like stuck with me and convinced me that I could do great things in the sport. And then last year I met Hayden, my boyfriend, and he kind of introduced me to powerlifting. Gave me my first real powerlifting program. I started squatting heavy, pulling heavy, benching for the first time, and kind of fell in love with it.
When was there was there ever a defining moment where you're like, I want to take my lifting to the next level and compete? Like, obviously breaking world records, compete on a national level. You're not just kind of like playing around anymore. You really do take it serious. Was there ever like a moment where you're like, I could be really good at this and excel? And can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I think the first time was, Hayden was the one that kind of like believed in me before even I believed in myself. Sounds corny, but that's kind of what happened. I mean, he saw in me something I didn't even see. So he kind of like was always pushing me to compete and convincing me that that was something that I could do. And in every meet I kept doing a little bit better than before. And just, I mean, I always take everything I do seriously. Like if I'm getting into something, it's not because I'm playing around. Like nothing at all that I've ever done has been like that. So I think that it's important to choose a sport. Of course, I mean, if you're competitive, which I am very so competitive, if you're gonna do something, you better do it. It has to be something that you kind of like have an aptitude for, that you have a talent. If it's something that you really want to invest in, that's what I think.
Yeah, I think that's great, and I think sometimes, we're not really sure our own potential, and sometimes some other one could like kind of see that in us, and I think that's really cool. And I also think, I always tell people, if you're going to do something, why not try your best? Why not go 100% and see how far you can actually take it? Otherwise, you'll never really know what like your true potential is. So I think that's really good advice. Have you ever had like any setbacks or things that maybe, whether it be missed lifts or bad meat or maybe injuries, and if so, like how did you overcome it?
Absolutely, missed lifts, I mean, all the time. Injuries, of course. Ever since I started physical therapy school, because of all the time that I have to spend sitting down, it's like 12 hours a day that I'm sitting down, kind of just like crammed in studying. I had a couple of subluxed ribs, a few times that I had to take almost over 2 months off of just no lifting at all. That's kind of been like my major setback in terms of injuries. And what else?
And how do you overcome it? Like when you have like how do you balance like school and training, and also how did you kind of overcome like some of those setbacks?
Yeah, I mean,
injuries?
I think it really is part of the sport. Everyone has to overcome an injury at some point in their career. You just kind of have to look at it as something that's part of taking your training to the next level and growing as an athlete, and that you just gotta keep pushing past it, being smart about it. Like the second that you feel like something's off, you have to like really listen to your body and seek help if you don't know how to rehab yourself, and take a step back when it's time to take a step back, and push when it's time to push. I think that's one of the mistakes that most people make, is like they kind of like try to train over their injuries and end up doing more damage than good. So
I think that's great advice, to kind of stay within your means, listen to your body, and just do it the best you can for that day. If you have 60% in the gas tank, give that effort. If you have 100%, go 100%. Don't go over what you're capable of. So you're really unique because you do weightlifting and powerlifting. How do you balance both sports, and are there any kind of tricks to kind of doing both and excelling at both?
Yeah, so I have a program that's called Hybrid Performance Method. It's Hayden and I both run it. And we kind of came up with a method to incorporate both Olympic weightlifting and powerlifting into one like well-rounded training. But basically, strength is always is the backbone. Like, strength is the main priority. You're squatting heavy, pulling heavy, you're benching, and then you're snatching clean and jerk maybe 2 or 3 times a week to kind of like keep the movement sharp, keep improving your skill and your technique in those movements, and be more proficient. But
all right, so we just got cut off a little bit there. We're going to pick up. So we were talking about the method that she uses for using weightlifting and powerlifting. A lot of people kind of, and you were talking about kind of incorporating those two together. So you can just kind of wrap that up, like how you train.
Yeah. So another important thing about that is so that's a great program to follow if you're not really like competing, if you don't have a competition coming up soon, because it's just kind of like general fitness preparedness. But if you're coming like close to a meet, then it's more recommended that you
specialize.
Exactly, you focus on whatever it is that you're training for.
So when you're further out for a meet, it could be more general, kind of work on different skills and things like that. And as you get close to a competition, specialize in what you're going to actually do. I think that's really great advice. So you can do things, whether it may be weightlifting and powerlifting, or some other kind of sport maybe that you like. So last question I wanted to ask you was, if someone's kind of on the fence about starting lifting, be powerlifting, weightlifting, or both, what advice can you give them for someone that's just starting out?
Find a coach would be the first step. Someone that can teach you how to perform the movements with good technique, because at the end of the day, I mean, it's good technique that saves you from injuries. Then with that follows having a good program, one that's effective, that's smart, that's well thought, that will improve your performance without getting you injured. And the third thing would be finding a gym with people that you like, that you can surround yourself with, that will push you to that next level. Because I think the atmosphere is it's a big factor into whether or not you're gonna like this sport or whether or not you're gonna improve.
Yeah, I think you got to surround yourself with positive people. I think getting a coach, asking for help, it's all great advice. Thank you, Stefanie, for coming and chatting with us today. We really appreciate it. Where can people find more about your coaching method, and also where can they follow you if they want to see what you're doing?
Yeah, log into www.hybridperformancemethod.com, and you can follow me at Steffi Cohen on Instagram.
Cool. So those of you guys that are interested in doing both sports, I think that's a great resource, because like I said, that's not really my forte. So give them a follow, check out their website. Thank you so much, and congratulations on all your world records today. We're looking forward to see you get some more and improving in the future, okay? Make sure you check out the links below, drop a comment, show Stefanie some love, and share if this video helped you. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk to you soon.